Benjamin Taylor! We have a warrant for your arrest! Come out with your hands up! Bang out! Taylor! It's the sheriff's office! Come out with your hands up! Taylor, if you're inside the blue tent, come out with your hands up! It's the sheriff's office!
Everybody knows Kaylin would do anything for you. She didn't deserve this. Everybody knew that knew her. People took advantage of her.
For 2 months, Markayla Johnson was the perfect daughter. She answered texts. She made excuses. She promised to call her family back. There was just one problem with this picture. Markayla had been dead the entire time. Her body was hidden in a storage container in her own apartment. Her children, 4-year-old Miracle and 7-month-old Messiah, were stuffed in gym bags in the trunk of a car. And the man who killed them, Benjamin Taylor, was the one sending those texts, living his life just feet away from their bodies, pretending to be the woman he murdered. How does someone pull off a lie this cold for this long? And what does it take to finally see through the performance? Before we get into the heartbreaking details of what happened to Markayla, I want to take a moment to shout out our incredible True Crime Unraveled community on YouTube and our True Crime Unraveled TV family on Facebook and TikTok. We see every single comment, we read every theory, and we are so grateful for your engagement. You are the reason we do this. Keep the conversations coming. And if you are new here, please click on the subscribe button, you won't regret it. This is a story about the monster who wasn't in the shadows, but in the living room, playing a part. And if you're not subscribed to True Crime Unraveled, now's the time to hit that button, because this is the kind of story that changes how you see the people around you. This isn't just another missing persons case that went cold. This is the story of a deception so airtight, it almost worked. We're going to follow the trail of digital breadcrumbs and the gut feelings of a family who knew, deep down, that the voice on the other end of the line was a fake. We'll see how Benjamin Taylor used 23 air fresheners, a crank-down AC unit, and a Greyhound bus ticket to try and outrun the truth. And we'll uncover the question that still haunts everyone involved. Was this a crime of passion, or something far more premeditated and ice-cold? To understand the horror, you first have to understand the light that was Markayla Johnson. From Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Markayla was the definition of a sweetheart. Her family uses words like giving and compassionate. The kind of person who would give you the shoes off her feet. But that big heart came with a vulnerability, a struggle with her mental health that, in the wrong hands, could be a weapon. Her entire world was her 2 children. Miracle, her 4-year-old daughter, and Messiah, her 7-month-old son. Her social media was a love letter to them. Photos, videos, captions that always came back to 2 words: my reason. She was a mama bear, fiercely devoted, documenting every milestone. On January 22nd, 2024, she posted a photo of her kids in front of a Christmas tree. My reason? It would be her last real post. Because Markayla had met a man online, Benjamin Taylor, 34 years old, 12 years her senior. He promised stability, a partner, a new life in Charlotte, North Carolina. To a young, single mother, he must have looked like an answered prayer. She packed up her life and moved. But Benjamin Taylor had a past the dating profile didn't mention. Assault, kidnapping, a history of domestic violence, a pattern of targeting vulnerable women. It's a story as old as time, but that doesn't make it any less effective. The relationship was rocky. She moved back to Myrtle Beach for a short time in November 2023, but then, in a decision that would seal her fate, she went back to him in January. She believed in second chances. She believed people could change. The last time anyone in her family heard her actual voice was January 20th. After that, the performance began. For the next 6 weeks, Markayla's family got text messages. But they were off. Short. Delayed. Sorry, been busy. Can't talk right now. The warm, detailed mother they knew was gone, replaced by a cold, distant stranger. Video calls were declined. Requests for new photos of the kids were ignored. When they suggested visiting, a wall of excuses went up. The kids were sick. It wasn't a good time. Her mother's gut was screaming. This wasn't her daughter. This was an impersonation. While they were getting these texts, the real Markayla was already dead. Benjamin Taylor had her phone. He was studying her, rehearsing his lines, living a double life in that apartment on Orchard Trace Lane. And what a macabre scene it was. He was walking past Markayla's body in the hall closet every single day. The air conditioning was blasted to 62 degrees to slow decomposition. 23 air fresheners and candles fought a losing battle against the smell of death. He was drafting messages, checking his work, all while the bodies of Miracle and Messiah were in the trunk of his car in the parking lot. His search history tells you everything you need to know about the calculation here. How to prevent decomposition odor. Body decomposition timeline. This wasn't a panic. This was a plan. But the clock was ticking. The smell was getting worse. Neighbors were starting to notice. So on March 6th, surveillance cameras caught Benjamin Taylor doing the only thing he had left. He boarded a Greyhound bus and fled North Carolina. He left the car with the children in the trunk, and he ran. The family had waited long enough. On March 2nd, they drove to Charlotte and knocked on the door of apartment 4B. Silence. They knocked for hours. Nothing. No laughter, no crying, just a silence that felt like a physical weight. The next day, they filed a missing persons report. On March 5th, police accompanied them for a welfare check. Nothing. A maintenance worker said his key wouldn't work. The door was locked from the inside. He'd been trying to get in for weeks. Then came the break. The surveillance footage of Taylor fleeing. The case exploded. Flyers went up. The media got involved. The community was looking. On March 15th, police executed a search warrant. They broke in. The cold hit them first. Then the smell. They followed it to the hall closet, opened it, and found Markayla. But the nightmare wasn't over. Where were the children? The next day, they searched Benjamin Taylor's silver Chevy Camaro. They popped the trunk. 2 ordinary gym bags. Inside, they found 4-year-old Miracle and 7-month-old Messiah. The autopsies would later reveal a horror that is almost impossible to comprehend. All 3 victims died from fentanyl poisoning. But the children also had cocaine, Benadryl, and melatonin in their systems. A 7-month-old does not accidentally ingest fentanyl. Someone made that choice. Markayla had ligature marks on her wrists. She had been restrained. There was naloxone in her system. Had he tried to save her? Or was he experimenting? The evidence suggests a terrifying possibility that Markayla may have been alive, restrained, and forced to watch what happened to her babies. The net closed fast. Benjamin Taylor was found hiding in a tent in the California desert on March 18th.
Benjamin Taylor! We have a warrant for your arrest! Come out with your hands up! Bang out! Taylor! It's the sheriff's office! Come out with your hands up! Taylor, if you're inside the blue tent, come out with your hands up! It's the sheriff's office! It's got a zipper. It's right there. Now! Come out!
Do not.
Come out! Crawl!
Do not reach for
Start
anything.
crawling.
Dude, get your hands out from under your waist.
You got cuffs?
Here.
Why didn't you come out? Why didn't you come out?
Oh, you heard us. What's up?
Tell me who that is.
I was coming. You weren't coming.
I was coming.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was. Roll over. Roll over.
You got anything on you that we need to know about?
No. Put your knees up.
Alright, knees up. Let's go.
Come on.
Sit up.
Go.
Copy, 1 to 10, flip 4.
Let's flip flop.
Stand still. Don't move.
Sarge, you're gonna take him to flip flop?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna double.
Alright. Alright. Put your sandals on.
Secure.
Where's your ID at? some personal belongings.
He was extradited, charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder and denied bond. The community and Markayla's family were shattered. At the funeral, 3 white caskets, 1 large, 2 heartbreakingly small, were surrounded by pink, Miracle's favorite color. Balloons were released into the sky for 3 souls gone too soon. In a shocking twist, Benjamin Taylor rejected a plea deal. He pleaded not guilty.
That's right. Benjamin Taylor is fighting the charges, pleading not guilty. Now a jury will decide his fate.
And is it your intention to reject the state's offer, not guilty, and proceed to trial?
His trial is set for December 2025, forcing the family to relive this nightmare in a courtroom. So, we're left with the pieces. The overwhelming evidence points to a cold, calculated killer. But the why remains a ghost. Was it about control? Was it about money, since he was draining her accounts? Or was Markayla simply another victim in a long pattern of violence, but this time, he crossed a line there was no coming back from? The story of Markayla, Miracle, and Messiah Johnson is a brutal lesson in trusting your instincts. The red flags were there. The age gap, the criminal history, the isolation from her family, and most of all, the change in communication. When the texts from a loved one suddenly feel wrong, that's your gut talking. Listen to it. This case had a ripple effect. Domestic violence hotlines in the Carolinas saw a huge spike in calls after this story broke. Markayla's tragedy, in its own terrible way, saved lives. Her family started a foundation in her name to help other single mothers escape similar situations. So, what do you think? Was Benjamin Taylor's not guilty plea a final, desperate act of his performance? Or does he have a defense that could possibly explain the unthinkable? Let me know your theories in the comments below. We read every single one, and we appreciate you keeping this conversation going. If this deep dive into the 2-month lie gripped you, if it made you think, then please give this video a thumbs up. It helps more than you know. To follow more investigations into the world's most baffling cases, subscribe to True Crime Unraveled on YouTube, or find us on Facebook and TikTok as True Crime Unraveled TV. Hit that bell so you don't miss what's next. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and look out for each other.